Okay, ladies and gentlemen, independent living cookery program. Today we're just going to cook a dinner. So we're going to do baked chicken, mash and roast potatoes, with mixed veg and gravy. So you can see here we have our potatoes, our rooster potatoes, we have our chicken fillets, we have our frozen veg, we have our gravy mix, we have our butter, we have our pots, and we have our trays, and we have a frying pan, and we have our utensils, what we're going to use to make the baked chicken, mashed and roast potatoes and mixed veg. We're going to start the prep now. We're going to peel our potatoes for mash and roast potatoes. So we're just going to peel the potatoes. So we're just going to top and tail the potato. Alright. Okay. So we have our potato topped and tailed. And what we're going to do is now we're just going to peel it. Alright, so start from the top, work your way down to the bottom. Start from the top, work your way down to the bottom. And try and take off just the skin. You don't be taking off the potato. Alright, so walk your way from the top down to the bottom. Just keep moving the potato around to the top, all the way down to the bottom. The top, the top. Okay, the brown bits, just cut them off. Alright. So in order for to speed up the process of cooking the potato, we're going to cut it in half. Okay, and then we're going to cut in quarters. So we cut it in half, and we're going to cut in quarters, and we'll put it into the water. So I'm going to just do one more. Alright, top and tail. Okay, start at the top, work your way down to the bottom. Start at the top, just take your time, move the potato, start at the top, work your way down to the bottom. Okay, start at the top, and just work your way down to the bottom. Start at the top, down to the bottom. Just keep moving the potato around. Moving the potato around. These are rooster potatoes. Okay, so if there's any brown bits, just cut the brown bits off. And again, as I said earlier on, we're just going to speed up the process. We're going to cut in half, cut in quarters. Okay, so that's how to peel the potato. Go, ladies and gentlemen. We have our potatoes for mashing, and then we have our potatoes for roasting. So we washed and peeled the potatoes, and then we just cut them into four. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our chicken now. We're going to seal our chicken off in the pan. So in the meantime, what we've done is we're going to heat up the pan. We have our oven preheated for our chicken. So we're going to seal off our chicken on the pan, and we're going to put it on a tray, and we're going to put it in the oven. As I said, lads and ladies, we have our cooker on preheating here. Okay, so the cooker is on for the last 10 minutes. We have it preheating, so as we can put in our chicken and our roast potatoes. Our pan is also on preheating for our chicken. We're going to seal off our chicken now on the pan. Some flour and some salt and pepper here, just to coat the chicken before I put it on the pan. Okay, so just some flour and some salt and pepper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one chicken fillet. I'm going to just dip it in the flour here, just like this. Okay, give it a bit of a coating. Pan is on preheat. Okay, and I'm just going to put the chicken just like that. You can hear it sizzling. Okay, so probably only going to get about 3 or 4 chicken fillets on that pan. So you can see there, I'm just coating it there with flour. Okay, and I'm putting the chicken into the pan and waiting. Okay. The pan is sizzling again here. I'm just going to coat the chicken with the flour. Okay, and I'm just going to pop it on the pan. So we're just going to let that colour there. Okay, we're sealing it up. So we're just sealing our chicken. Okay, so we're just turning it over, sealing off the chicken, giving it a little bit of colour before we put it into the oven. So you can see there the chicken is going to be nice and crispy now. We've sealed it off. We put a little bit of flour, a bit of salt and pepper on it, and popped it straight into a hot pan, and we've sealed it off. Okay, So another couple of minutes and the chicken is ready now for the oven. You can see there our chicken is more or less sealed off, so we're just going to put our chicken, the remainder of our chicken now on the tray with the tongs. Okay, so there's our chicken. Our chicken is ready now to go into the oven. So there's our chicken, and we're going to place our chicken now into the oven. So there's our 6 pieces of chicken going into the oven. We're going to turn the oven down from 240 now down to 200. Okay, and we're going to start prepping now on our roast potato. Stages now, we're going to concentrate on our mashed potatoes and our roast potatoes. Okay, so we've boiled the kettle, and we're going to put the water in now on our boiled potatoes. Okay, just going to cover. Okay, so we're just going to cover the boiled potatoes, and we're just going to put a lid on them. Okay, so we're turning up the heat and the temperature on the potatoes, and we bring them to the boil up to 6. We put some salt and pepper in with the potatoes as well. So we're just going to cover the potatoes and we're just going to bring them to the boil, put them on simmer and let them cook, and they should be done in about 15 to 20 minutes. So in the meantime, we have our potatoes washed, but they're nicely dried off. We have them dried off. Just going to add them into the pan. And what we're going to do is we're just going to brown them off for roasting. Okay, so we have our wooden spoon. Our pan is nice and hot. Okay, we're going to give it a stir, and we're just going to lightly brown nice gold brown potatoes, and then we're going to put them on a tray, and we're going to put them in the oven and roast. Okay, so our potatoes are on boiling, and our potatoes are on. We're just browning off the potatoes and going to put in the oven for roasting. You can see our potatoes are starting to brown off now. They're nearly nice and golden now to put on the tray and to pop in the oven. Our other potatoes, our mashed potatoes, have come up to the boil, so we're just going to lower it down now to simmer and down to 3. Okay, and we're just going to put the cover back over. Okay, so our boiled potatoes have boiled, and we're just turning them down. Our roast potatoes here, they're nice and golden now. They're ready to go in the oven on the tray and to join up with the chicken in the oven. Then our potatoes are ready for the oven, so we're just going to turn off the heat underneath the potatoes, and what we're going to do is we're just going to shift. We're going to keep some of the oil, okay, and we're going to give it a little bit of a shake there. Okay, we have a nice bit of salt and pepper now on our potatoes, so you can see there our potatoes are nice and crispy and nice and golden, and they're ready now to go into the oven to cook. So there you see, we have our potatoes in the oven and we have our chicken. So both items, our chicken and our potatoes, are in the oven, and we're going to cook them off for the next 15 to 20 minutes. While our potatoes, our boiled potatoes, are cooking, while our chicken and our roast potatoes are cooking in the oven, we're gonna make our gravy mix. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of cheating today. We have our roast gravy mix here, our gluten-free gravy mix, so we're going to use that today. So in order to do that, you need to put boiling water into a pot and let it boil, and then we're going to add the gravy mix then to the boiled water. Our water is boiled, so we're just going to add in a couple of spoonfuls of our gravy mix we're cooking for 6 people today. Okay, so we're just going to add in the gravy mix, and what we're going to do is now we're going to give it a good stir. Okay, we're going to bring it back to the boil. We're going to let it simmer, and we're going to let it thicken up. Okay, so we're going to cook that out, cook the gravy out while our chicken, roast potatoes and mashed potatoes are cooking away. On potatoes, our boiled potatoes are cooking away in the cooker, and our chicken and roast potatoes are in the oven. You can see our boiled potatoes for our mashed potatoes have been cooking away the last 20 minutes. So how you know a potato was cooked, you get a fork, stick it in the fork, and it goes right through it, and it kind of breaks away a little bit. That's how you know the potatoes are cooked. So the next thing what we're going to do with potatoes now is we're going to strain all the water off. You can see here our gravy is cooking away, it's thickening up, so we've turned down the heat on our gravy. We've turned out the heat completely on our potatoes. Our potatoes are cooked, so we're going to strain them now, and then we're going to get ready for mashing. Okay, we also have some butter here. We're going to melt some butter for our veg and for our potatoes to mash them. Straining all the water off our boiled potatoes. So our boiled potatoes now are ready to be mashed. So we're just adding our boiled water to our veg. Okay, so our veg is going to cook away there now. We're just going to bring it to the boil. We're going to strain it. Our gravy is ready. Our potatoes are drying out and they're ready for mashing now. I'm just going to add some butter to the potato. So I'm just adding the butter to the potatoes. Okay, and we're going to mash them. You can either use a whisk or a potato masher. I like to use a whisk. Okay, so we're just going to mash our potatoes, get it to a nice creamy consistency. Our mash is nice and creamy. It's ready to go. We're going to put the lid on it now just to keep it hot. Our gravy is ready. Our frozen veg is coming up to the boil now. As soon as that comes to the boil, we're going to strain it and add some butter to it. Okay, so all the time and everything is coming together. So here we go. We're just coming back to our roast potatoes now. We're nearly done. Our chicken is more or less done now as well. So everything is coming together. So the next stage now, we're nearly ready to serve everything. Okay, so our roast potatoes are done. Our chicken is done. And we're just going to leave it in the oven for a couple of minutes, and then we're nearly ready to serve. 5 minutes away from serving. So our frozen veg now is up to the boil. So what we're going to do is now we're going to strain our veg. We're going to strain our veg now in a colander. Okay, so there we go. We're after straining off our veg. So we're just letting our veg strain away there, and then when it's strained away, we're going to put it back into the pot, and we're just going to add our butter to it then. Our frozen veg now, our veg, it's cooked, so we're just going to add some butter into the veg. Okay, we're just going to give it a little bit of stir, and everything now is ready more or less for service. Okay, we're going to serve everything up. Now our roast potatoes are ready. Okay, you can see, you get a fork, go right through the roast potatoes. Okay, and they're nice and soft. Okay, so the same story with the chicken. Okay, what you have to do is with the chicken is you have to pierce it in the middle there like so, go right through it, and then when you press on it and you see the juice that's coming out, it's clear, that indicates that it's cooked. Okay, but it's definitely no harm in cutting the chicken in half just to make sure that it's cooked. But again, you put in the fork into the middle, you press on it and you see the juice that comes out. It's clear, it's not pink or it's not red. So our chicken's had to be in the oven for the last 35 minutes. So our chicken is cooked. Just had to cutting one of the chicken fillets in half there, so you can see it's pure white in the middle there. So that indicates that the chicken is cooked as well. Alright, so just to double check, you can cut the chicken in half and you can check the middle if you're anyway nervous at all, and you can see there it's all white, and that indicates that the chicken is cooked. Alright, so we're going to get ready now for service. What we'll do is now we have our roast potatoes there on the plate. Okay, we're just going to add our veg here to the side. I'm using the scone cutter here just to make it that little bit nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is our mash is nice and hot. We're going to fill up our scone cutter like so. Okay. Okay, just going to fill up the scone cutter like this. Okay, we're just going to push. So our mash is like that. Okay, and then our chicken will go on top like that, sit on top of the mash. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're just going to finish it off now with some gravy. Okay, so there we go. There's our baked chicken, our roast potatoes, our veg, and our mashed potato. Okay. So there we go. There's a nice dinner or Sunday lunch. We have our roast potatoes, we have our baked chicken, we have our veg, we have our gravy, we have our mashed potatoes, and then we have it plated up and ready for service. Okay, so that took approximately 40 minutes from start to finish.